Hello everyone and welcome to my wildlife world. Are you still filming?
Of course I'm filming.
Hello everyone, I've just found something particularly fascinating down here. This is a turkey tail fungi. This is a distinctive fungi always found on dead wood as a bracket fungi. That's always in the cluster. That's called a turkey tail because of the distinctive shape that resembles a wild turkey in the wild. The turkey tail is a particularly beneficial fungi as it contains compounds which can be used in the treatment of cancer. Here we have the beautiful fly agaric, the quintessential fairy tale fungus. The distinctive red cap and white spots of the fly agaric indicates this is a particularly toxic fungus. The fly agaric fungus traditionally grows underneath silver birch trees and is very symbiotic with that species of tree. Just found another wonderful fungi. This fungi is called the funeral bells. It's called funeral bells because it's extremely poisonous. This fungi will actually kill you if you were to eat it. If you were to eat this, you'd be dead in about 2 days. I've just found this piece of dead wood which was covered in a delightful kennel snuff or antler fungus. The antler fungus always grows in clusters on dead and rotting wood in woodlands. Oh, we've just found a lovely stinkhorn fungus. It's a particularly phallic shaped fungus which you get in conifer woodlands and deciduous woodlands. It's called a stinkhorn because it produces a milky substance which mimics the smell of rotten flesh to attract the flies. We've just found a very common puffball, a very common species of puffball found in both coniferous and deciduous woodlands. It's called a puffball because when it's fully ripe and it rains, the rain will fall on the puffball and emit the cloud of spores in the air. See the spores? Like smoke or dust come out of the spore hole. We just found this very mysterious fungi that is growing up amongst the grass and the dead bracken here. We're not 100% what species it is. We'll film it and take it home and identify it. We've identified this fungus as the clubfoot fungus. The clubfoot fungus is not a rare species of fungus, it's actually quite common, but it's always found in deciduous woodland, particularly near to beech trees. This specimen is a particularly older specimen. And the cap is upturned, revealing its beautiful gills. We just found this wonderful Ganoderma bracket fungus, a very distinctive large bracket fungi that you get on the trunks of different species of trees. This one is particularly hard and leathery and very old. It's got twigs and pieces of branches and leaves and also pieces of acorns all grown through it. It's a very lovely specimen. We just found this another wonderful species of Ganoderma bracket fungi. It's a huge growth of bracket fungi which is all around the base of this ash tree. That's many years of different bracket growth, and that's what's actually killed this poor ash tree off. We just found a very beautiful MYCENA ROSEA toadstool. A lovely dark pink coloured toadstool. It's a common species in coniferous and broadleaf woodlands which grows up from the leaf litter. When it's young it's pale pink. As it gets older it develops into a more richer dark pink colour. MYCENA ROSEA is not edible and is possibly even poisonous. Just found a wonderful distinctive fungus which always grows on dead and rotten tree stumps and logs, called a dead man's fingers. Looks like a corpse's fingers come up from the ground, which are all black and darkened. That's not an edible fungus. It's very hard and crusty and leathery. A wonderful wooden species. Here we have the very distinctive and characteristic jelly ears or wood ears. A very distinctive gelatinous fungus which grows particularly on the side of dead elder branches and trunks, and also on living elder as well. But this one is actually grown on the side of a dead sycamore branch. Wood ears or jelly ears have certain medicinal properties and are quite edible. Here we have the very impressive large bracket fungi which is called the birch polypore or the razor strop fungus. They always grow from the trunks of silver birch trees, sometimes singly or in groups and clusters like these ones have. When they're very old and hard and leathery, in the olden days they used to break the brackets off the trunk of the silver birch trees and used to sharpen the old traditional cutthroat razors up off the brackets, hence the name of the razor strop fungus. Silver birch trees which do have the birch polypores grown on them will not last very long. Where one appears, many more will follow, and they will eventually kill the entire tree off. Here we have the very abundant and common clustered tough shank fungus. They're always found on dead and decaying logs and tree stumps, always form in great big clusters and groups like this. They're a very distinctive and classic fungi of broadleaf woodlands during the autumn time. Even though it's a very small fungus, it is particularly toxic. Here we have the very striking and very beautiful jelly antler fungus. It's called the antler fungus because it comes up and it resembles a deer's antlers. Jelly antler fungus is found in broadleaf and coniferous woodlands through autumn and winter. A very beautiful species. I've just found this dead branch which is completely covered in the very attractive pink coal spot fungus. A very beautiful species of hard crusted fungus which you always get on dead branches and logs, particularly in autumn time, but is also found throughout the entire year. Hope you've enjoyed watching today's episode all about fungi. Hope they can make your woodland walks a bit more interesting. See you soon.